phase 1, batch 1. Up till now, we still have some of the projects uncompleted. And I think the committee will be interested in knowing exactly what the terms of this contract were, like the agreement, and for what duration are these contracts supposed to last. Because if we are still grumbling with some projects in phase 1, batch 1, it means that we are not likely to make progress early. Number 2, Mr. Chairman, I now went to also look at phase 1, batch 2, the remediation works that was carried out. And I'm worried by the figures given, the TPH values calculated. If you look at those values, Mr. Chairman, the values does not correspond with the percentages of reduction so claimed. And I wonder, what is the baseline for these calculations? Because we need the baseline for these calculations to enable us.
Page 11.
Page 11 on the booklet. The booklet.
No, this white one.
Yes. I thought that was the document you presented.
No, it's the one he presented.
But this is also part of your document. Yeah, it's that is
October.
October report. It's very important now.
October is not written here. It's not written. October is not here. Okay, October 21. Very recent.
From the soil. Because the soil is sandy. Very sandy soil. Very good. So when you take that TPH, it will, because as you bring out the sand, the oil just filters out. So it doesn't really give you the correct TPH as is in the, but we recovered free phase oil along the pipeline. And this area is not anybody's farmland. It is 100% on the right of way of the pipeline. That means there is no space. Everything was within that area. So we actually did this one. So when you are now, because at the time of sampling, the assessment, we didn't encounter that hotspot. But at the time of remediation, the hotspot was encountered and free phase oil was recovered. Do you understand? So the free phase oil, you now have to remediate, you have to recover it, and they are still actually being planned for the resalination. So, so as when you open up in remediation, the environment is very dynamic. So when you start remediation, you have to expect that you will get some things that you didn't exactly, because you can't in your sampling process. You can only do sampling at intervals. But when you are not remediating, you are opening up the entire area. So hotspots that were missing during the assessment will not come up and will not see reality.
That's one of the reasons why we are saying that you should not condemn the UNEP report.
I'm not condemning anything. There's no condemnation. I'm not condemning anything. I'm not condemning. I'm not condemning. So what I was saying.
National television. I didn't summon anybody. It's the House of Representatives that summoned whoever is trying to reach me on telephone. The person should appear before this house. It's a bit very worrisome that public officers tend to believe that can be business as usual. It can never be, not with this committee. Anyway, my dear colleagues, on the 28th day of September this year, a petition was referred to us from plenary. And that is the reason why we are here, to hear that petition. To that extent, we invited the petitioners who are here present in their numbers. We invited the MD of Nest Oil, We also invited the GMD of NNPC. Both are absent. There is no communication to that effect. No reason is given why they are not before us. And we believe very strongly that this is not an attempt to ridicule this house. We will stop at nothing to compel them to appear in person before this committee. And let me refer them very clearly to sections 88 and 89 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. There is nobody on the face of the earth that is a Nigerian that cannot appear before this committee. We will believe that maybe there was a mix-up or whatever, but I don't think that highly placed officers of government will choose to disregard a summon for appearance before this house. Remember, the House Committee on Host Communities has the express mandate of the House of Representatives to hear this matter, both by our rules and also as a referral from plenary. We will, by the grace of God, as a lenient parliament, extend another invitation to them. Because I was beginning to imagine if we could go ahead and look into this petition and deal with this petition in their absence. But I think let us give fair hearing. So we will be requesting. It's enough time. I thought it would have been a bit punitive, but for them, it would have been a bit punitive if it's left for those who refuse to appear before us, even if we said 24 hours. So on 2 Mondays from now, we will be having everybody at 12 noon. My other advice will be, I can see this is a large group. I don't know if it were possible to ask that to reduce the number. And let me tell you something. Your matter will be properly heard. Make no mistakes. Let nobody deceive anybody. Even if it's one person that comes here, we have gone through your petition and we hope that the parties will put appearance on the 6th. Personally, I will speak with my clerk because I feel a bit worried that this large contingent can travel all the way from River State, and they've been here, I'm sure, since yesterday or thereabouts. And there is no way all of them can get back to River State today. By the time you come back, we will look at. We will look at. Yes, it doesn't matter. We will look at a way of reducing your burden. It has never happened. It has never happened, but we will use it as an exception because you are a large delegation and we do not want crisis. For my colleagues, well, maybe we will not know. They come from the Omok axis. Thank God my brother is here. A couple of days back, there was a problem around there, and these are the kind of things that we don't want to hear. These are the kind of things we don't want to hear. And we hope that you will continue to be law-abiding, as you have always been, so that we can look at these matters very logically and to a conclusion. I can assure you, by the grace of God, the truth will come out. And at the end of the exercise, everybody will be together and work together. So do not say because they didn't come to appear before you today, so because of that, you are going to go home and get angry. No, don't. Please, go home as law-abiding people that you are, and let us take the 6th as a date for us to meet. And by the grace of God, we will want to see all of you, or as many of you as you agree. If you are 3 of you, 4 of you, 1 of you, 100 of you as you agree, we want to see you again.